What's good, everybody? It's Alex here back again with another video. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I got a very special guest for y'all today. You guys might remember Shaq, who I had on previously a couple months back, but we have also with him the co-founder of In Tutoring. We got Patrick here as well, and we had to go ahead and bring it back. You know, it's only right with the school year approaching, and we just wanted to go ahead and get an update on what these young kings are doing. So first of all, what's good with you guys? How you guys doing today?
So we cool, we chilling, getting ready for this school wave to come. That's really it. I'm working for the district still, so it's a lot of preparation going on, a lot of last minute scrambling to do. Just chilling.
That's what's up. That's what's up. What about you, bro?
Hey man, it's been. Hey, when I say spooky, it's been real spooky out here. You know, you seeing the parents stressed out. They don't really know what to do, and a lot of my teacher friends and work in us different districts are really at the point now where they're looking for an outlet and they don't really know how to maneuver that. Sometimes some people are like, what's the conflict of interest? They're like, well, what can I do? And you have other teachers that are just like, I'm not going to work and I don't know how I'm going to get money coming in on that end. Like you got first year teachers, you got second teachers that haven't had tenure yet are really in a point where they're a little tense. So this is a different time, a really different time.
It's a different time we're in right now for sure, y'all. And before we even really talk about just what's going on right now, I kind of just want to get, since we do have Patrick here now as well, kind of what inspired you guys to kind of go ahead and go into the tutoring route and kind of just start your own business from the ground up? Where did that really come from for y'all?
We always talked about it, you feel me? My girl was really the one that kind of pushed us like, hey, y'all really need to get this going. Because when the school shut down, me and him was both working different sites doing kind of the same thing. Like we was both kind of tutoring in our own little way, getting our own little money. So when the schools shut down, really we was like, why not? You know what I'm saying? But at the time when we started, it was still kind of rocky. Nobody really knew what was going to be going on. I remember calling him one day, my girl had gotten in a car accident, and I was stressed because I'm like, dog, how do I tell my job I got to call in to work and tell them I got to go to the hospital, this and that. And I was low-key stressing about it. And he basically told me like, bro, that's how they get you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you always going to be under them. And then that kind of pushed me a little bit more like, all right, bro, let's just do this. Like me and him, we both know what we're doing. We both good with people. We know how to network. And it was basically like a why not sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? Because if not now, it probably would have never happened.
Exactly. No, that's big, bro. Now, was that kind of like an eye-opener for you as well? Like just kind of going through all that? I mean, I know Shaq kind of mentioned that to you, but were you already kind of picturing in your head, like, you know, how can I kind of be my own boss so I don't even have to go this route anymore? Or like, did that kind of just come out of nowhere and it was just like?
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like when you working for somebody, you catch yourself working so hard. And it's like, I'm working this many hours a day, this many hours a week for somebody else. So it's like, why can't I put that same effort into my own stuff?
Exactly.
And it's just one of those things where you got to trust yourself in the process. And like, if I can put all this effort for somebody else's dream, you know what I'm saying, for them to live out what their purpose is, like I can at least dedicate a fraction of that time after work to my own stuff.
Exactly.
So it was just one of those things. And then all those events happened in my life and stuff. And it was just a why not?
And you see them paying off for y'all. And that's big because I know, especially with Shaq, like he's always been one to just bet on himself and always like believe in himself. So I know that like he's going to keep it real with you at the end of the day as well. And he wouldn't like be pushing you to do something like that if he didn't believe in what y'all can do together and realize that y'all can both come to the top and really change the world. So,
hey, I was so excited when he gave me the call. I was trying not to be too excited when he called, you feel me? Because the news wasn't all good news. Y'all was some good news, some bad. And I was just like trying to sit there like, yes, you know what I mean? Just, I think we're at a time right now where if you're not building, I was talking to a mentor, if you're not building a business or building a brand that you can capitalize on in one way or another, you're going to kind of be at the mercy of the situation that's going on right now. This situation itself is showing the mercy. Like we've all have something that we've learned, and this is my real push of what Tapping's about, us acquiring our knowledge and utilizing the knowledge that we do have and actually be able to monetize it, you know. And I think that's really important, you know, because I don't like the thought of people having to rely on something that it's not going to be a guarantee. And you can rely on yourself because you can guarantee that you're going to put the time, the work in, and you're going to get whatever you put into it.
Exactly.
Basically.
Exactly. That's what's up, man. And the rest is history. So I really want to ask y'all, based off of that alone, like what separates Tap In Tutoring and you guys and what you do from the other tutors out there? Why should people rock with you as compared to going the other route with someone else?
Straight, I'll give you a easy basis. We've been through the process from K through 12. We got there. We're freshly out of college and understanding that bridge that isn't being crossed for a lot of students. Like we've had friends that either dropped out of high school, dropped out of college, who've got kicked out of high school or college, and the miscommunication and the not ability to connect some of these teachers to these kids, and we know how both of those angles look at from both sides. You know what I mean? Professional and, you know, being in the streets and things of that sort. How to make somebody understand something that they're not really feeling is a priority. I think a lot of times it's a lot of money based, and if we look at our price ranges and how we adapt and how we really cater to the not only the parents but really the student, because a lot of times people will look at what the parent wants, and the parent is not necessarily those things are not mutually inclusive. What a parent wants and what the child's ability is not the same. Our job, but for us, we're not trying to have students be with us every year after every year after every year, because at the end of the day, we're not teaching you then. We're not doing our jobs if you need us every year. Right. Our job is to make sure we give you the tools to actually go on. And truthfully, my thought process, and we've both spoke on this, is the point where we've had people that we've tutored that they come back and actually work for us and extend the hand and push it on forward. So the whole point is this is not just an educational thing. This is about a community thing that's not really big in some of these tutoring organizations. And they're not really trying to give out information for parents to get resources they actually need. I don't want you to need me and be good enough, so you have to come back. I want you to want to get information to go back into the world and be able to utilize it. And that's how we see it. Tap In Tutoring is literally a one-stop shop for elevating yourself with knowledge and understand how to use that and acquire and execute it. And that's what makes it so different. And you coming with two minorities, you know what I mean? You're coming for two people that have to do both sides. A lot of people are already coming from one stance of understanding the world this way. We understand both. And we're going to use that and apply it to each individual student and make sure the people that we're working with is going to do the same. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's really the big base on there.
On top of that is we ain't the only tutoring company. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of tutoring agencies that's been out for a minute, but I was just telling him this yesterday. They not really marketing or trying to reach out to the communities that I feel need it the most. You know what I'm saying? They're charging $100 an hour, $80 an hour. The people that we're trying to get to aren't going to be able to afford that, especially now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been offering free tutoring. I ain't seen none of these other tutoring companies offer what we're offering. And at the same time, like, it's a rarity you get two educated Black men that want to help, you know what I'm saying, that want to give back. You know, most people use their education, get out, don't really come back, don't really care about what's going on. You know, they get their little house and they do their thing, but we trying to give back so they can build their own thing. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, it's not really about doing what the parents want, doing what the school system wants, because we all know that school system and that the whole system in general is trying to mold these kids to fit into it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really with, you know, teaching you something just so you can memorize it, so you can take a test, so you can get a job that you hate, so you can be stressed out the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to help you get them grades, but at the same time, we're also going to advise you and mentor you so you can be yourself in that process. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Both of those answers were amazing, and we need more people like you guys out there, just one-on-one in the communities, really teaching people what they need to do to succeed, for one. And two, I've noticed that y'all are actually international as well. Like, I believe y'all got a student in Kenya or something like that, right?
I got a student in Kenya, and I got another student that's coming through from Australia, and this is all based on just Google ads and people just realizing, like, we just had another student coming in from Boston that just need it. They need it, and they're willing to do what it takes to get that. And I wish in our community, especially the communities we come from, understand that this is not that education is the end all be all. It's the back that searching for knowledge and acquiring it and using it is the end all be all. You know what I mean? And that's more or less what it is. Like I wouldn't have thought that we've been able to touch different countries when we're not even looking for them. Like the first thought was just Sacramento. You know what I mean? And it's been crazy.
And that's how you can tell as well that you guys actually do care about your craft and really do want to touch as many people as possible. Is I've seen you getting up at 2, 3 a.m. just to go ahead and tutor somebody across the world, bro. And people aren't doing that. People a lot of times like to just work on their schedule, or, oh, your kids are out of school from, let's just say 3:30 to 6 or 3:30 to 7:30. That'll be your time frame. You guys are like, no, like whatever your time frame is, whenever you can learn, I'm going to be there to go ahead and help you learn. And I'm going to give you all my attention no matter what the time is. So like, that's just beautiful to really see that y'all just really want to see everyone win. Obviously the Black community, we really want to help us out, but you guys also just take a look at, you know what, I don't care if you Black, you white, you Mexican, whatever it is, whoever's wanting to learn and wants the knowledge, we want to help you guys out. So that's been super big for me to go ahead and see. Now, kind of just touching on the business aspect for you two, I want to go ahead and get this out. For you guys being in business together, what's been the best part of working together and what's been the worst part of working together so far?
Honestly, the best part is the fact that we don't answer to nobody but ourselves. Mm-hmm. We work on our own schedule. We make it so that we can tap in around whatever we got to do. We both got 10,000 other things going on in our lives. This isn't our only, you know what I'm saying? We got other things that we got to do. I work, he works. I go to school, he goes to school. So it's good knowing that if something comes up, I can just call him and be like, yo, I got to do this, this, and that. Let's reschedule to this. And not have to worry about them taking my sick hours and them taking my vacation. Like, we just reschedule and we're good. You know what I'm saying? So that freedom, to me, is the best part about owning a business. The worst part is, and this hasn't really come to fruition yet, but just knowing that everything falls on us at the end of the day. There's nobody else. It's a blessing and a curse. There's nobody higher than us, but at the same time, there's nobody higher than us. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So if something go down, it's on us to fix. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a matter of embracing that process. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not nothing to get stressed out over. It's part of the business. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the game. So that's not really the worst part, but that's just one of the parts that, you know what I'm saying, is something that we got to look out for.
And that shows too that like y'all mental game, and I mean in this field it has to be for one, but that just shows that like y'all were already raised to know that like it's gonna be ups and downs. Y'all already know that it's not gonna be nothing easy, nothing's gonna be given to you. So it's like when the hard part comes, it's like we've been getting it out the mud, getting it out the trenches since we was babies. So we already know how the game goes. But what about you, Shaq? I'm interested to hear. Do you kind of feel the same way, or?
For me, I think I start off with the bad. I think the worst part of like owning your business, especially come from our communities, is really not knowing the ins and outs, the loopholes, these gaps where a lot of like paperwork things, like a lot of clerical things going in there, like getting a business account, who do you go to, what paperwork do you need, who do you need to get engaged with, when do you send it off, especially in this time period that we're in, but in general. You going into things not knowing that there's certain businesses where you need licenses, permits, you know, things of that sort, where it's like you could at any point in time, you don't do something right, that not only he's saying it falls on you, but you can not only get sued, but you can lose that credit, bankruptcy, all like that is, I think, the biggest thing. I think one of the worst part about, I wouldn't say worst part about owning the business, but the worst part about owning the business is not when you don't have the resources and knowledge about how to navigate with that. And especially in an industry that, you know, not only we've both been tutoring and working with people for a long time, but understanding the business aspect of running this outside of passion, outside of ability. Like, because you have smart tutors and you have like, you know what I mean, good people. But if you don't know the business, it's not going to work. Yeah. But for the good part of it, I think the best part about this has been the people we've helped. Like, we've turned down people who've came to us for things that is out of the wheelhouse. Mm-hmm. Like, somebody needed us to help with speech therapy. Like, this is out of our wheelhouse. And at the end of the day, we were able to direct certain people to resources, because you have people that would have just took the money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Took the money, and we were just like, this is not what we do. However, we can help you find what you need to find, because that's really what we're here for anyway. And then, they were able to do that. But I think the best part is being able more of a beacon for the community has been the best part for me running this business in this particular industry has been dope.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful to see. And just since you guys have began this business, mentally, just explain like how much you guys have grown just since being able to interact with all these people, getting all this knowledge on the business side. Like, just talk about just the growing aspect and just how this has just been a huge blessing for you guys just overall.
It's fun. You feel me? Like, you just got to embrace all this stuff. Like, it's a whole bunch of stuff that we ain't never seen before, but at the same time, the fact that we can bet on ourselves and we know how to move, it's been more rewarding. You know what I'm saying? Just having stuff come up. This is my first business. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never done this before. So I already know that there's going to be speed bumps. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's the fact that we're not mentally getting drained off of it yet. I'm not saying that we're never going to, have a tough mental time, or that we haven't, because we have. But the fact that we don't have to answer to nobody, and the business is going to be successful or is going to fail based on us, that added pressure, 10 times out of 10, we always rise to the occasion. Like you said, like, we've been getting it out the trenches since we was young. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is nothing new to us. This, like, it's just a different type of struggle. You know what I'm saying? But you apply those same kind of aspects to it, and you're probably going to get the same result out of it.
Exactly. Exactly. What about you? Let me hear, bro.
Man, mental wise, I think it's been, since this is not my first business, been able to like kind of just knowing where I was at certain parts of the business and knowing that I can rely. Like, I've had business partners I couldn't rely on. Mm-hmm. Like, I know certain things, he knows certain things I'm good at, I know certain things he's good at. So we very much delegate those aspects. Like, oh, you're good at this, I'm gonna let you do that, you're gonna do that, we're gonna meet, come in. It's more about I think the biggest mental I want to say mental exercise I've done, I think we've done together, is understanding what your capabilities are. Mm-hmm. And being able to say, I don't know how to do this, and you do, so I'm gonna let you take the reins to be able to trust it. A lot of times people don't really have this trust in the people that they're working with, so they put everything on their back. So again, when he said, well, it all falls on you, it doesn't really all fall on us, just because we've had agency and networking where we can go reach out to people to be able to relieve whatever the things we don't know, and are willing to find and be able to tell other people, we don't know how to do this, and can you help us? So I think the mental thing is to realize we've created these social capital throughout our time, going from being young to now, that we can trust in, be able to say, I need this help, and people will return that favor. Like, and I think that's been the best thing. It's just understanding what your capabilities are. And we've done it. And I'm not saying we won't run to a point where we're like both like, I don't know how we're gonna do it. Right. But even for us to be able to say that together to each other, and be able to be honest with each other, only is going to make it easier as we go through that obstacle. So yeah, man, like it's a journey that I think we've both embraced, and I know that's why we haven't got to this point where we've been like, I don't know if we want to do this anymore.
That's beautiful to see too, and just like you said, just knowing that you got your brother in here with you. Like, I know y'all is literally close like this. So it's like, whatever you need to tell Pat, whatever Pat needs to tell you, like, I know there's an open line of communication at the end of the day. Like, if y'all need some help, y'all there to help each other, man. And I think that's what's so important as well. Especially just with where we come from and just in our community, a lot of times we just kind of want to do things on our own. We don't really like asking for help, or we kind of feel weird, timid. And I just love the fact that you guys have that relationship to where it's like, yo, whatever it is, business related, just personal, I'm your brother at the end of the day, and I'm gonna pick you up with whatever it is that you need.
It's like when LeBron was with the Cavs, right? He was doing everything by himself.
Yeah.
He had to carry the whole team on his back. And you see how much happier he was when he went to Miami, and he had people he can pass the rock to that knew how to shoot, and also could take over the game if he wasn't fit. You know what I'm saying? It's the same type of thing. Like, when you have a team around you, like we have people now that's helping us with our website. And I'm not a tech person. We had a meeting the other day and I had no idea what they was talking about. But at the same time, I can trust them and I can kind of communicate, okay, I think I want to see this, this, and that. And I can trust them and they can trust me to the point where they can tell me, okay, we can do this, we can't do that. And I'm hands off, like, okay, y'all do y'all thing. I'm gonna step back and focus on everything else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's having a team around you.
That's teamwork. That's building the empire right there. And I kind of just want to ask you guys, just with the school year just right around the corner, literally, what's kind of on the agenda for you guys for this school year? I know things are kind of all over the place right now with this pandemic. How do you guys feel that now more than ever you will be able to reach the masses and be able to just impact as many kids, not just in California, but just even globally around the world? How do you guys feel like this is your time to really excel and really just show the world that you're here to help them out?
Well, a lot of the tutoring services right now can't afford to open up their doors because they're a brick and mortar, which basically they make their money from people being inside of the buildings. And if we go think about the let's say the weather and things that change over these times during the school year, they can't really have kids outside. And there's these liabilities of, well, if we're in person, are you COVID tested? Is your family COVID tested? And even if I am coming to test you, I have to come back twice a week, once a week. So many people you're acting with that, it changes the narrative. Now, I feel like when we first began, parents weren't, well, school's almost over. Like, once you get to end of March, school's over. We ended in school year in May. A month, no one was really taking it serious because they thought it was something that was going to pass. Right. And out over this time period, I've seen more and more parents from Facebook to forums are like, what are we going to do? Because I'm not willing to take my kid to school, and I know they're gonna miss out in some communication if they don't have this one-on-one. So for us being able to just let people know now that are looking, because at first people weren't looking for us, and now people are looking for this resource. I need a resource, and now that we've been for the last 6 months building this infrastructure on how we can reach and have the visibility, now that people are just coming in and just like, so what is this? How is this? What is going to work? We've established, I want to say, a base where we have multiple avenues where we're going to have people engaging with us, and we have the appropriate plans in place to help. And I see it as that's the way to go for us. That has been the way for us.
I agree, bro. I feel like now more than ever, just especially with the times that we're going through right now, the fact that you guys don't work for anybody else, it is just you. I think you guys, and you have been already putting in the work, like you said, since March, bro. I remember just all the free tutoring you guys were doing just over the summertime, just slowly building up, getting ready for this point. And now it's like, all right, we're finally here. It's game time. And now, like you said, people are finally looking for y'all. It's not just y'all reaching out, yo, I could tutor you. Now it's, hey, are you guys free on this day? What's going on?
Exactly.
It's like, it's crazy to see that just in such a short amount of time too, that the tables can turn. Because I remember y'all just hustling heavy, just like, yo, let us know what you need. We're available for you, free classes. Now it's just, I'm sure the phone is probably ringing off the hook for y'all. So that's just amazing to see you guys. And I want everybody to be able to just find you as well for parents who are looking to go ahead and have some type of tutoring service for their kids. Where can we find you at on social media? I guess we'll go ahead and start there.
Everything is Tap In Tutoring. We on Facebook, Tap In Tutoring, Twitter, Tap In Tutoring. Just type it in the search bar. Our name's gonna pop up. Instagram, Tap In Tutoring. We have our own personal things too that you can follow us on. You can follow me on Twitter. You can follow me on Facebook. You can follow him on Facebook, Twitter, IG. But everything is Tap In Tutoring.
Yeah, definitely. And go ahead.
And just to say this, I really want people to if outside of our personal accounts, I really want them to get to the business accounts. So the Tap In Tutoring, all the way from Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I think those are the main things I really want people to see, because that's really important. You know what I mean? Like, even on that, they have our stories on there. Like, I have our stories on there. And I think for them to see not only the progress, they can see what we've done in this time, over the time period. This is not something that just came up. It's not something that is just sprung up out of nowhere and we don't know if we can trust it or not. Like, we've had reviews from parents time and time again saying that, and that's the only place you're going to find it is on our actual business platforms that show these reviews and show what we've done, and they can actually watch it themselves without anything being manipulated. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And all those are going to be in the description box too, so I'll make sure I have all of those. But you guys, it's been a pleasure having you guys on here again. As me and Shaq have already discussed, like, this is going to be a reoccurring thing, so we're going to keep you guys coming in on here, keeping the people updated with your services, what's new. And we just want to follow you guys on this journey overall. We love to just see two young Black men really just figuring things out in this world and really just finding a way to succeed. We're already starting from the bottom. So the fact that you guys are just out there, college educated for one, and really just trying to improve the youth, but not just youth, but you really just motivate the world in general, it's just a blessing to see you guys. So I personally want to say thank you again for having you guys on here. Can't wait to see the company continue to grow. Can't wait to see you guys continue to grow as well. And yeah, we'll go ahead and leave it at that. So thank you guys for watching. Until next time, peace.
Hey, love. Appreciate y'all.